lines. That is first penalty, and we have Edelman.
Alright. Welcome, fans. Sabrina and Nikki coming to you live from the Littleton game today.
Good afternoon.
Alright, so 50 seconds left in the warm-up. We got Littleton Hawks against the Hyland Hills Jaguars. A little bit different than when we were growing up. It was the Hyland Hills Flyers.
Were we the Flyers?
It was the Flyers, yeah. Same colors, black, orange, white. Littleton, same as it was.
Same as it ever was.
I was going to say, I won't say how many years ago. But this is a team that we handled fairly easily in the last tournament, but can't take them for granted today. Today, the Hawks are missing Thor, so we'll see what the coaches are going to do with the lines. 12 seconds to go in the warm-up.
Should be interesting to find out who's playing what position and for how long.
Let's say a quick hello to our fans. I know the Beckers are watching in South Carolina. Say hi, Nikki.
Hi!
All right, here we go. Whistle goes. Puck's in the net. Boys are getting ready to start the game.
Who's in net today, Rain?
It looks like net today should be Solo. We'll double check that as we go, but I'm pretty sure it's Solo. Mike went from 10 to 0. Sam's coming in from outside. Boys are doing their usual. We should see Jack's taking his skate around as usual. Here he goes. Jack's taking his skate.
Group hugs over there by the net.
Tenny coming in. Jack's finishing his skate coming in. All right, boys are ready to go. Linesman there making sure that there's no pucks in the net on the far side. Hyland doing the same thing. 17-minute periods. First period coming. There'll be an ice clear either between the first and the second, or the second and the third. Little Metallica going for the boys.
2 ice clearing?
Either between the first and second, or between the second and third. Not sure. Depends on the day. All right. Cameron goes over to the box. Checks the boards. Boys coming in. Goalies are going to do their usual handshake. Sam takes the puck over to the net. Sam and Cello coming in doing their handshake.
There they
1,
go.
2, 3. Check. Good to go. Cello coming into the net. Sam going onto the bench. All right, so we're without Thor today. So we're going to have to see what's up with the lines. We got Tenny and Zach back on the blue line. Cello and net. Looks like we got Maddie and Humphrey.
Yeah.
Maddie, Humphrey, and
Jax.
Jack's coming in for the face-off. All right, going to be a little different than usual. Jack's on the face-off center ice. Puck over to the left wing. Hyland puts it in deep into the corner. On, Cello puts that back to his defenseman. Tenny down in the corner. He's going to send that one up. Jack's going to try to get it out, but no good. Back to behind the net. Going to be picked up by Zach. Zach's going to send it up the boards, and he tries to get it out, but Hyland's there to stop that one. Back down into the corner, Maddie, over to Humphrey. Humphrey's going to pick that up, and he's going to try to go the other way. Tenny's going to pick it up. Tenny over to the wing. Wing down deep into the corner. He's going to say, give me a second, and Hyland's going to back up. That play works. Maddie coming up the left wing side. Maddie's going to take it in. Gets denied by the Hyland player there out in front. Back behind the net, and now Hyland has the puck down in the corner. Down in the corner, up to the wing. Left wing side, touched by Hyland. No ice, but Hyland's going to go for the change. And that means we're going to have a second to get a change ourselves and see what we can do here. Coming up the left wing boards, there goes Suddy. Suddy down, coming down the left wing boards. He's out there with Edelman. Suddy, Edelman, and now Bowers back on the right side. Shot there by Edelman from the center ice. Down into the right wing corner. Back down. Now Suddy's going to fight for it on the boards. And Suddy's going to come away with it, but then he sends it back. Hyland picks it up. Hyland out of the zone into the neutral zone. Bowers picks it up, tries to get it out, but Hyland picks it up. Hyland into the zone and a shot on Cello, but Cello makes a great save.
Nice save.
All right, so it's face off to Marcelo's right, and we're going to come out with a new line here. Let's see who we're going to get. So over on the right, we're going to have Akshay, Patty coming in for the face-off. We'll see who's over on the right. Looks like DeMott's coming in on the forward line. Hauser back in the back, and Puckett. Hauser and Puckett back in the back. Patty, DeMott's, and Grimmy up front. And that one's going to go back to Akshay. Akshay gets the puck. He's looking for a pass. Looks to the left, cut off, looks to the right. That one's going to get tipped and over the blue line. Patty going to pick it up in middle ice. He's going to take it down the right wing boards, and Patty's going to work around the net. Looking back, nobody open. Hyland tips that one and back down the other way. Skating hard for it is Akshay. Akshay's going to take it, backhands it back up the boards, but that one's going to get taken by Hyland. Hyland tries to put it on net, but that goes back behind the net. Hyland back up to their point. Shot, Sella turns that one away to his right. And now it's going to be back into the corner. Hauser finishes his check. Patty comes down deep to pick up the puck. Tries to cycle it back to Puckett. Good cycle. Puckett gets the puck, and he's going to send that one up to the middle. Over to DeMott's. DeMott's down the right-hand side. DeMott's tries to drop past the Patty, but that one gets picked off. Hyland back over the red line with the puck, but there's Vath to check him and go down the middle. Now it's Vath, Becker, and looks like on the far side, we'll see who changes. Jackson. So Becker, Vath, and Jackson out there right now. Puck gets to the boards, back behind the net. Offensive zone, Jax has it. Jax over to Becker. Becker back to the point. Shot from the point, goes down low. That one's going to try to get a pass to the front of the net, but Hyland picks it up and sends it high out of the zone. That looks like it's going to be an icing, and the referee blows the whistle. So we'll have a face-off to the left of the goalie coming back down into the defensive zone. All right, so shake up of the lines today.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we got Vath, Mayorga, and Becker on the line. And back in the back, we're going to have Tenny and Zach. So Mayorga in for the face-off, picked up by Vath. Vath tries to put it to the net. That one's cut off by a Hyland player. But defense keeps it. High stick, but played by Hyland, and that is no high stick. Hyland picks it up in the neutral zone, puts it down deep. And now that's going to go from Vath to the middle, but that's going to get put back in. Kaylee tries to play it, but that's going to go all the way over to Tenny. Tenny takes it, puts it up the boards. That's over to the wing. Vath puts it out of the zone. And Jackson's going to push it all the way down. Jackson and Becker coming down. Jackson drop pass to Becker to score. That one right over the goalie's glove. And Jackson passing to Becker for the goal. And
Nice goal.
that was a beautiful pass. Nice breakout. Nice pass. Everybody in on that one. 1-0 Hawks. And here we go with the line change.
Very good.
Cam and Cam.
Yes.
Cam and Jax. It's working. All right, we got Humphrey, Edelman, and Natty over on the left. Back in the back, we got Bowers. And Bowers is with A-Rod. A-Rod backhands it up the boards over to Edelman. Edelman tries to put it over, but blocked by Hyland. Edelman over to Humphrey. Sorry, Bowers over to Humphrey. And that one goes down deep. Matty's got it. He's going to get it into the right wing's corner. Battle on the boards for it. Looks like free puck. Hyland's going to pop that one out into the neutral zone, but Littleton's going to come away with it. Littleton over the blue line, but Hyland's going to control. Hyland looking. Humphrey there for the good pressure. And now Bowers, stick check, and he gets that stick in the lane. Passes it over to Edelman. Oh, but taken away by the Hyland player. Back into the neutral zone. Back to the Littleton defenseman. Defenseman over. Hit Humphrey on the wing, but that one goes back to Hyland. Hyland trying to work it to the middle, but nobody there. Back over the blue line, and that's going to be into the neutral zone and dumped in. But both teams changing. Bowers has the puck coming out of the corner. Loses that one to a Hyland player. Hyland trying to work it back behind the net. They do. Hyland back behind the net, trying to work it out front. Blocked by Littleton. Nolan now has it. Nolan trying to work it to the center. Blocked by a Hyland player. Hyland back over the blue line. And this one is going to be controlled by Akshay. Akshay up to Patty. Patty coming down the middle. He's going to put that one into the corner for Nolan. Nolan's got the puck. Sends it back over to Patty. He's got Sudbeck in the middle, and he's going to cycle that one back to Nolan. Nolan over to Suddy. Suddy's got the puck in the corner. He battles with the Hyland player. That one's going to go off the boards and back behind the net. This time it's going to go back behind the net again the other way. Now Hyland's got it. Try to work it up the boards. And that one's going to get cut off there. So Littleton still keeping the puck in their own zone. Hyland hits a big hit, but Littleton still controlling the puck. Littleton into the neutral zone. Now all the way down, but that one's on net, so no icing. Pucky's going to pick it up. He's battling there with a Highland player. Highland player looking for somebody. Highland's changing, so nobody in front. That one's going to go over to Motzi. Motzi's got it. He puts it out over to Patty. Patty's going to lose it to the Highland player. That's one going to go back in deep. Pucky's got it. Pucky back up the boards, but that one's going to get cut off. He puts it over to Hazra. Hazra has the puck. He's going to send it. Tries to go far side, but that one's not going to work. Highland's going to be there. High into the boards, and that one's going to bounce out. So now back into the corner. Going to cycle that one back to Pucky. Pucky's got a second to look at what he's trying to hit. He does off the boards, but not on that all the way down, and we're going to have an icing. Back to the right-hand side of Cello. 10:47 to go in the first period. 1-0, your Littleton Hawks. All right, Kaylee back in the back. Kaylee with Tenny. So you got Jackson, DeMotts, and Grimmy coming on this one. Jackson in for the face-off to the left of Cello. This one goes back to the defense. Kaylee has it back behind the net. He fights off a Highland player. He sends it up the boards. That one's going to Motzi. Motzi up the boards and trying to get it, but not quite through the neutral zone. Kaylee stops that one, though, and sends it in deep. All right, Vath off for a change. And Highland trying to work it up the boards, and that goes right back to a Littleton player. Grimmy now with the puck. And that one's going to go off a stick and into the boards and into the bench. So we're going to have a neutral zone face-off. And Littleton is changing. We'll see who comes out. All right, on this one we have Cameron Vath, we have Cameron Becker, and we have Edelman. So Vath, Becker, and Edelman on the front. Kaylee and Tenny back in the back. Edelman for the face-off. Becker on the right, Vath on the left. And face-off goes back to Littleton defenseman. And that is Tenny going over to Zach. Zach looking, finds his center, and that one gets tipped over to Vath. Vath over the blue line. He's coming in. Vath taking it back behind the net. Fighting off a check there. Couldn't fight off the second check. That one goes trying to get it out, but Kaylee keeps it in. Down deep into the zone now. And now Tenny on the point. Tenny keeps it in. And that's a huge fight for the puck there. Edelman not able to keep it in the blue line, but back to Kaylee. Kaylee, everybody's out. He's got it over the blue line. Oh, offsides. All right, offsides there by Littleton. And we're going to go back to the neutral zone for a face-off. Littleton's going to change their defense. So we'll still have Edelman, Vath, and Becker up front, but back in the back we'll have Bowers and A-Rod. Offensive zone, neutral zone face-off. That one won. A-Rod puts it down deep into the left-hand corner. That one sent back out by Highland. Highland now 2-on-2 coming over the blue line. Trying to get a shot on net, just wide, and that one goes into the corner. Becker on the boards trying to get that one out, but 2-on-1 and doesn't get it out. Highland shot on net from the point. Edelman down deep into the corner. A-Rod trying to help him out there. Battle for the puck. Highland comes away with it. Vath gets the puck, tries to make Highland shoot, and he does, and that one goes high and wide over Sellers' glove hand. Now down into the corner, Bowers has it. 2-on-1 again. Highland outnumbering Littleton into the corner, but not from any dangerous zone, but they're going to score a shot. Highland tries to put it up to the point, passes the first and second person there offsides, and now Littleton has a chance to regroup. Bowers, D-to-D pass. All the way over to A-Rod. A-Rod sends it up the board. Somebody coming right off. Patty has the puck now. Patty and Humphrey down. Patty over to Humphrey. That one just jumps over Humphrey's stick down into the corner now. In the corner now we have it. Bowers waiting for it up the boards. It's going to come up the boards on Highland's stick. Bowers gets it. And he's over to Hazard. Hazard dumps it down back into the zone. But that one's going to hit a Highland stick and back over the blue line for Littleton. And Puckett sends it up to Humphreys. Humphreys is going to send it over to Maddie. Maddie takes a shot. That one goes high and just hits the glass over the goalie. And now here we go. Highland coming up there, left wing boards. Sends it deep over the red line, no icing. That one's going to get picked up by a Littleton defenseman, and there's going to be a battle for it on the boards. Humphrey coming out with it. Maddie on the left wing getting that puck shot out. Maddie and Patty coming down deep. And here we go. Maddie taking it around the boards, trying to get it, but Highland player checks him and gets that one off of his stick. But defense keeps it in. Looks like Nolan was there to keep it in. Nolan sends it high, and Maddie's going to go for the change. Nolan, again, another good forecheck, finishes the check on the far side. Coming up the left wing boards for Highland. Highland tips it, and that was meant for a center, but that one jumps all the way down. Zello's got to stop it, and now Hosro is going to pick it up back behind the net. Hosro sends it all the way down the middle ice, but that one's going to get picked up by a Highland player, and now Jax has it. Jax back to Hosra. Hosra back to Jax. Jack's going to tip that one up, trying to get it down deep, but that one goes back to the Highland stick. Coming back through is Jackson. Jackson gets it over to Nolan. Nolan has trouble with that one, jumps over his stick, back to Puckett. Puckett on the defensive side, over to Hazra. Hazra sending it, but that again going to a Highland stick. In the neutral zone, nobody really has control. Highland takes it, tries to put it. There we go. Now we have Suddy coming in deep. Suddy, 1-on-2. Suddy takes a shot, and that's get directed right. Backhand shot, and oh, so close. So great job there by Jax. Jax has a backhand shot, tries to hit it, takes a hit, and that one is saved by the Highland goalie. 7:05 to go in the first period. 1-0. Littleton Hawks lead.
You need to look before they pass. I'm seeing a lot of pucks end up on opposition sticks.
All right, Edelman back to the corner. Comes all the way around. That one's going to come over to Kaylee. Kaylee's going to come in and backhand it back to the deep zone. Into the corner. Coming her back around the net. Monty goes to chase it, but that one's going to be taken by the Highland player. Tenny on the corner. And the winger over there to help him out. So here we go. Littleton trying to control, but Highland comes out their left-hand wing side. Controlled by Tenny. Tenny over to his partner. That's Zach. And Zach sends it all the way over for Grimmy. And that one goes deep. Controlled by Highland. Highland back behind their own net. Highland up to the wing. Highland tries to center. That one's taken away. Shot by the Littleton player. What a great play. Referee, sticks in the lane. They took that pass away. The breakout was denied. Great shot there on the Highland goalie. And we're going to end with an offensive zone face-off. That's the way you want to end a shift. All right, Bath, Patty, and Becker coming out with Kaylee and Tenny. Patty in for the face-off, over to Becker. Becker takes the puck, he's high, sends it down deep into the left wing, but that one hits the net on outside of the zone, and we're going to have another face-off. All right, boys come in to make a play. Deciding what they want to do right off the face-off. Becker's going to take the right wing instead of the left wing this time. Kaylee and Tenny back in the back. Patty gets it. Sends it back to Tenny. Tenny's going to send it all the way around. Becker's going to pick it up. Becker has it back behind the goal. Vath is going to pick it up now. He's going to send it back to Becker. Becker gets it and then back to Patty. Patty's got it. He controls. Going into the far side. Patty, back to Becker. Becker takes a shot and scores. Beautiful pass from Patty over to Becker. Again.
That's 2.
That's 2 for Becker and 2 from Patty to Becker. What a great combo. Coaches have changed the lines up a little bit today. And
Jax.
oh, sorry, Jax. Jax, not Patty, but still. What a great pass. What a great shot. And now we're for Jax, Humphrey, and we'll have to see. I think it's Maddie over on the left wing. Back in the back, you've got Bowers along with A-Rod. All right, here we go. Down deep into the left wing side. A-Rod moves it up the boards. A-Rod over to Maddie. Maddie's going to send it back to A-Rod and say, let's try the other side. A-Rod gets it back to Maddie. Maddie's going to work it up to Jax. Oh, all the way over for Humphrey. Just a bit too far, but referee hits that one on his skate, so no icing. As it comes down, Bowers is going to come in, try to keep it in. He does, but there's a lot of Highland players there. They're going to work it across ice. And now they're going to work it up ice. That's going to go through the neutral zone, but across the red line, and that's going to be an icing. So great job by this line. They're going to get a change, but they're going to leave it in the offensive zone, which is where you want to leave it after a good shift. So we'll have Bowers and A-Rod back in the back. Taking the face-off will be Edelman, and he'll be surrounded by Sudbeck and Nolan. So Edelman coming in for the face-off. A-Rod, Bowers back in the back. One by Highland, back into the corner. They send it all the way around. This time Bowers is going to be there. And Highland's going to come back 2-on-1.
Get him.
And there we go. A-Rod, great job making sure they shoot wide. Highland down into the corner now. Highland working it from the corner, trying to get it back behind the net for a shot in front. They do. Backhand, Cello's got that one, no problem. Bowers down to get his man into the corner. And another tip there, but another save there by Cello. That's probably the 5th great save there by Cello, making sure nobody gets over the goal line. All right, Bowers over to A-Rod. A-Rod's taking it up the right-hand side. He gets over the red line, and he sends it down deep. Highland's there with the backhand back up the boards. It's going to be a foot race here, but Bowers wins that. I'm sorry, Puckett wins that foot race. He stops back behind his own net looking for a pass. Goes over to his left side, then to his right side. He's taking it out over the blue line. Great pass there. Hits Suddy on the run. Suddy, backhand. Oh, denied in front of the net. There's going to be a penalty here on Highland. Sudbeck drawing the penalty there. And goalie goes off for the whistle, but before he can get any good play there, so now it's going to be penalty kill for Highland, power play for Littleton. So Littleton putting a lot of pressure on there, Nikki, and making sure that we get a good one. Yeah. Suddy took a good one there. Sometimes you got to go to the net and take the slash, get the penalty. All right, here we go. Maddie with Jax in the center, Cam Becker on the left, A-Rod and Puckett back on the point. All right, face off back to the left-hand side. That one is sent all the way around the boards. A-Rod's going to come and try to chase that one down, but Highland gets there first. That one's going to go all the way down the ice. Puckett's going to pick it up, but that's going to be an icing. That shouldn't be an icing because they're on a penalty kill. Head ref is going to call that and say we're going to take this one at center ice at the clock stop.
What?
That was a mistake, definitely by the linesman.
Let's see who's taking that. Jack's it's off. And he won. A-Rod's got it. Passes it to
Okay. Puck it over to Becker.
Pucky to Becker. Can't see who that is. Pucky's going to escape, hopefully. And A-Rod is gesturing to go to the corner.
All the way down, but no icing on that one. A-Rod's going to pick it up in the corner. Stands behind his net, gives everybody a chance. Bath coming around the left-hand side. Jack's coming around the right-hand side. He's going to send it up. That one goes to Becker. He's going to drop it for Bath. Bath takes it over the neutral zone. Bath over the blue line. Sorry, Jack's over the blue line. And Patty over to Suddy. Suddy shot to the front. He was looking for Edelman for a tip. Did not happen. Back into the corner now. Littleton has the puck. Tries to work it to the center. Sent all the way down ice by Highland. No ice. Penalty kill happening for Highland. Machi's down in the corner. He's looking up now, and he finds Patty. Patty over to Edelman. Edelman over the blue line. Patty's backing him up. Edelman takes it all the way down into the corner and around the net. As he comes around the net, Highland player loses his stick. Now it's kind of a 5-on-3 here. So Littleton works it over to the right-hand side. Nice shot there by Patty. And all the way down the ice one more time. Machi had that one on his escape, but that one jumped on him. Back behind the net. Littleton looking to work it quickly up the ice. Machi coming. Change happening. And that's Machi and Suddy. Down into the corner. Highland's going to pick that one up. They're going to backhand it down one more time. Looks like that one went out or had a referee whistle. So 2:11 left. 5-on-5. Penalty kill is over. Power play is over. And now we're going to have Humphrey up with Maddie and Jax. Jax taking the face off. Kaylee back in the back with Tenny. Face off won by Highland. Highland goes D to D over on their left-hand side and trying to work it down, but Tenny's there to pick up the puck. Tenny works back behind his own net. Sends it up to the wing, but that one bounces off the board back to Highland, but then blocked. And now we're coming back down the ice. Puck over to Humphrey. Humphrey over the blue line. Humphrey taking it, looking for a pass. Nobody open. Goes to turn around, but Highland goes the other way. Now Bowers coming in, and Bowers and Humphrey Kaylee going for the change. Goes into the corner. Now Bowers is taking it. And that one on the boards. Bowers is going to back up. Littleton's going to try to keep it in. Bally there. Bally has it, but that one's going to go to a Highland stick and all the way down the ice. All right, back behind the net. Now Littleton has the puck in the left wing corner. Left wing, moving up the ice. Going all the way over to the right wing is Humphrey. Humphrey has the puck, tries to send it back over to A-Rod, just over his stick. Highland picks up the puck. They take it down into the corner. trying to work it back up the boards, but Littleton is there. A-Rod takes it in, tries to get a shot on net. That one through traffic and gets blocked. Hyland the other way. Hyland coming down now on their left-hand side, working it down deep, but Patty is there, as well as the Littleton defenseman. No penalty on a good hit there by Littleton. Bowers hit the corner. Bowers takes the puck away. That one's going to go up to Humphrey, up the boards, but Hyland puts it back in deep, and this one's going to go up to A-Rod on the left-hand side. A-Rod over the blue line, gets it up. That went onto the stick of a Hyland player. Hyland moving it back up into the neutral zone, but getting taken away there just over the blue line by Pucky. Pucky has the puck, and he's going to take a second. Good job there by Pucky to see who's open. Moves it over to his left-hand side, and that's Grimmy taking it over the blue line. Grimmy takes it to the front of the net, blocked by a Hyland player. Hyland taking it back behind the net and trying to move it up center ice, now over to their right-hand side. They send it deep just over the red line, no icing. Pucky wins the race to the puck. He gets it. He's up the boards. Oh, looks like referees are going to call a whistle. If that was a whistle on the Littleton. Let's see. See what the referees call. Looks like it's a penalty. Littleton had control of the puck. I'm hearing from the crowd that this one might be on Hyland. Oh, sorry. That was the end of the period. Apologies, guys. That was the end of the period, so we're coming into the second period.
Thank God.
No ice scrape. 2-0. Littleton leads. 17-minute second period coming up. Chicken dance happening. If you're at home, feel free to play along. Dun, 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 dun. All right, second period coming up. Littleton leading 2-0. Last time Littleton played Hyland, we had a pretty lopsided score. But tonight, without Thor, we got a little bit of a line mix-up. What do you think, Nick? Are the Hawks doing pretty good here?
I think they're playing fabulously. I really do. There's a lot of hustle. They're taking a lot of hits and keeping their feet. They're doing a great job.
All right, Sella heading back. Edelman giving him the high five. Sella likes to touch all 5 of his players in front of him before he goes to the net. He's got everybody there. So he's got Edelman there, and on the right-hand side, looks like we got Nolan. On the left-hand side, looks like we got Suddy. So Edelman, Suddy, and Nolan up front. And then back in the back, we have Hazra and Puckett. And referee says, okay, let's go. Hyland taking their time coming off the break here. Hyland coming out with 4. There's 5. All right, boys, make a lot of noise for that face-off. Hyland wins that one. It's back behind their blue line, referee in the way, but defenseman gets it. D to D pass for Hyland. D to center. Littleton's going to cut that one off and send it back down deep into the right-hand goalie and back over into the corner. Hyland's going to try to make a breakout. They do. Over the blue line, but that one's got nobody there for the pass. And the linesman called an icing on that one. That one's going to go back to the Hyland's left-hand side of the goalie. Goalie, although playing for Hyland, has green pads, green helmet. We're going to guess what? Plays for Boulder?
Interesting color scheme.
Interesting color scheme. I'm thinking that's more superhero than it is hockey team. All right, Edelman in for the face-off. He's got Suddy on the left, Nolan on the right. Here we go. Edelman loses that one to Hyland. Hyland back behind their net, sending it all the way up to the right-hand side. And touched by the winger, but all the way down. That one's still going to be an icing, and we're going to come back to the left-hand side. Get another face-off. Littleton's going to change. Do-over for Hyland, do-over for Littleton. They're going to change lines, so looks like we got Becker out there. We got Puckett out there, Mayorga, and Bath. So Jax, Becker, and Bath up front. And then back in the back, it looks like we have Pucky and Akshay. Thank you. All right. That one, nobody really wins. That one back to the center. Another shot. Becker backhand into the goalie, but the goalie's going to stop that one. Becker looking for the Hattie. 16-19 to go in the second period. Another offensive zone faceoff. So this one's going to go back to Mayorga. He's going to talk to his players. He's going to tell them where he wants them to be. Vath's on his left. Becker's on his right. He's got Hazra and Puckett back in the back. Hyland's going to make a change. One man going off, and here we go. Jackson in for the face-off, and that one is won by Hyland back into the corner, sending it all the way up the board. That one is going to be stopped there by Vath. Oh, Vath just tips it over to Hazra.
Nice.
Hazra sends it back into the blue line, and here we go. Up the boards again. This time Hyland's going to be 1-on-3. They're not going to win that one. That one's going to go back to the middle, but Hyland's going to pick it up. Hyland tries to get over the blue line, but once again stopped back into the neutral zone over the red line. They're trying to get it deep, but it's just not happening. Littleton stopping them every time they get the puck. Here we go one more time. Hyland trying to get it over the blue line, but this time stop. Vath over to Becker. Becker over the blue line. Oh, just misses the net to the left. And Vath into the corner with a great check. Hyland picking it up, trying to work it through the middle. They do over the red line, setting it in, trying to get it on net, but that one goes left of Cello, and now we're going to pick it up by our defenseman. Littleton gets it. Becker on the point. Oh, loses that one. And now we're going to get it for Kaylee. Kaylee's going to circle back around his net, take a second. Hyland's going to get a change there and bounces over. Becker gets it once again. Oh, Becker loses the puck on the boards. Although he knocks his man down, that still goes back to the point, back into the corner. And now it's up to the defenseman to try to get this one free. Becker comes in, finishes his check. That one is definitely going to be a penalty. It looks like we've got a penalty on Littleton.
No, that was
on Hyland. Looks that is on Hyland. Number 11 goes to the box. Did they knock down?
Punched your boy right in the face.
They punched my boy right in the face. All right, Becker takes one for the team, but also goes to the box. So apparently, if you hit my boy, he's going to hit you back. Coincidental penalties happening. 15 minutes to go in this period. Littleton up 2-0. Coincidental penalties, so we'll play 5-on-5. After 13 minutes, first whistle, both boys will come out. All right, here we go. Littleton in. Hyland trying to win this faceoff. That one goes back into the corner. Hyland back behind their net, trying to work it to their center. They do, over into the left-hand boards. And this time Hosmer is going to be there. He's going to deliver a nice hit. Tries to get it out, and this one is going to go straight up into the offense. A-Rod taking it. A-Rod over to Patty. Patty goes over to the point. Bowers takes a shot, and that one goes off the goalie's glove. Back over to Humphrey. Humphrey's got the puck, and he's got it over to Patty. Three of the Littleton players down in the corner. They're going to go over to Maddie. Maddie's got it in the corner. He's trying to work it. Maddie does great reverse there. Maddie has the puck on net. Shot by Patty. Patty picks up Maddie's rebound. That one goes down into the corner. Hyland's going to pick it up. They're going to try to send it high, but A-Rod has the puck. A-Rod in the neutral zone. Oh, nice pass over to Humphrey, who was wide open. That one's going to go back into the Littleton stick, but then again back into the zone by Hyland. No control there, though, so we're sending it back. Patty has the puck. Patty's got the puck. Oh, he's going to try to take a shot. Maddie had the rebound, but Patty hit the skate. Patty all the way around the net, and that one's going to come all the way over to Hosra. Hosra's got the puck. He's going to send it down and gets beat there by a Hyland player. Hyland coming back into the neutral zone, but too many Littleton players there. Working it back down the right-hand side now is Littleton. Looking for a centering pass. No go. Hyland blocks that one, but back to the point. Hosra has it on the left-hand point. He shoots. Oh, just missed the tip. Edelman picks it up in the corner. Edelman sending it back around, and Motzi now coming into the corner to try to get that one. Motzi sends it back the other way, and this one's going to get picked up by Edelman. Edelman trying to work it out front, back into the corner. Edelman and the Hyland player fighting for it. Now Grimmy coming down to help out. Grimmy takes the puck out of the corner. Grimmy, shot to the front, hitting DeMott right on the stick, and Motzi putting one away to make it 3-0 Littleton. Still 6 seconds left in the coincidental penalty for both teams, but Motzi and Edelman connecting for a great goal to make it 3-0 for your Littleton Hawks. All right, Littleton Hawks coming back for a center ice faceoff. Suddy on the left, Jackson in the middle. And referee says just kidding on the faceoff. Now he drops it. That one over to Suddy. Suddy back to the defenseman, but that one goes between his skates. So Hosra misses that one there. Pucky back in the back. The Hawks signal goes off for the goal there. And the Hawks, oh, nice tip out into the middle. Here we go. Left wing has it, puts it down deep, and now your Hawks are deep in the zone. All right, coming down deep is Suddy, but the goalie's going to cover it. But great job by that offensive line to make an offensive zone face-off. Great end to any shift if you're going to take the face-off or not. Defense are going to change on this one. So we're going to have Suddy, Jax, and Nolan up front, and Tenny and Kaylee. Penalties are done, so we're 5-on-5 with nobody in the box right now. Jax goes in for the face-off. Jax loses that one down to Hyland. Hyland tries to send it all the way around the boards, but Tenny's going to come in and keep that one deep. Great job there by Tenny. Tenny's going to send it all the way to the other side. Kaylee coming around. Jax coming around. Between Jax and Kaylee, they keep it in the zone. Over to Porter. Porter into the left-hand side. Porter trying to keep it deep. Gets checked, but keeps the puck on his stick. Back to his point. Shot on net. And that one bounces off into the left-hand corner. Hyland now controls the puck. Jax on the puck, trying to get it over. Now into the corner. Hyland has it, trying to send it. And Hyland sends it, but too far, too fast. That's going to be an icing. And we're going to get an icing call on Hyland. Back into the Littleton offensive zone. Littleton's going to get a change here. And to the left, to the right of the goalie on his blocker's side. So, coming in now, you have on the left wing, Cameron Bath. On the right wing, Cameron Becker. And taking the face-off here is Patty. So Patty, and then with Kaylee and Noah back on the point. Takes a shot, gets blocked. Hyland now coming the other way, 2-on-1. And that one gets put into the corner. No chance there with Kaylee and Tenny coming back in the back. They work it back into the corner. It's behind the net. That one's going to go up to Becker on the point. Becker's going to send that one high and over the head. Becker with some speed coming into the corner. Trying to work it out front. Sorry, that was Patty with some speed coming out of the corner. Patty with some more speed, keeping it in the zone, into the neutral zone, and then that one's going to get a chance to stay in because Tenny puts that one high on the boards. Becker now picking it up. Becker and Vath both in the corner. Becker pinned on the boards. Vath coming in to help him out. Looks like we had a stick drop. Becker's without a stick. Vath coming in to help him out. Oh, Becker does have a stick now, and that one's going to come in. Littleton's going to control in the far corner, and that one back to the point. A-Rod has it on the point. A-Rod takes a shot, blocker save, and into the corner by the goalie. Becker has it now on the board, sends it back over to Edelman. Edelman 1-on-2, winning that one, getting some help. That one back over to A-Rod. A-Rod not worried about some coverage there. He just handled that with some skill. That one's going to come all the way out, but A-Rod's going to pick that one up. He's going to send it over his D partner, and that one is going to go back up the boards towards the Littleton zone, and Littleton's going to pick that one up. A-Rod back behind the net. He's got Maddie up the boards. A-Rod trying to send it. He's got a check there by the Hyland player. Couple checks by the Hyland players. That's going to trap it down into the deep corner. Trying to get over the blue line. It happens. And that one over the red line by Littleton. Littleton now taking it over the blue line. Over to Bally in front. Bounces off his stick and back over to a Hyland player. Hyland's going to try to get it out of the zone. That one's going to be a little bit too hard. And that's going to be another icing by Hyland. 3-0 Littleton Hawks. 10:06 to go in the second period. Great Stevie Nicks song coming on
I approve of.
Yes, Edge of 17. Love it. Littleton coming back to the face-off. Mayorga, Valley, and Humphrey up front. And back in the back, we've got Pucky and Hazra. And let's see what Stevie Nicks does for the boys. All right, face-off one back. Hyland back behind their net. Tries to send it out, but stopped there, but over the blue line. All right, Jax gets it over to Hazra. Hazra sends it back down deep into the zone. Littleton not able to keep control. Hazra again with the puck. Now he's going to send this one more time, try to put it back behind the net, but that's stopped by Hyland. They're going to send it all the way across the ice and back across. Sel's going to try not to touch it, but he has to, as that one could have been an icing, but needed to go across the blue. And we come back into the neutral zone, and this is going to be picked up by Puckett. Puckett has the puck in his own zone. Checked there by Hyland. Jackson's going to try to get it, but Hyland gets it, and then a shot on Cello. Cello stops that one cold. No chance of a rebound. Right in the gut. No chance. Cello says, thank you, but no soup for you. All right. We got Patty, Grimmy, and Moxie coming out. And Kaylee and Teddy back in the back. Patty on the face-off in his defensive zone. Patty on the face-off, and that one is won backwards. Goes across the net, but no problem for Cello. He doesn't have to touch that one, and it comes up to the wing yard. Now Motzi down into the corner trying to win that race. Highland wins that one back up the boards and over the blue line. Grimmy tried to stop him there, but Highland's going to come back without the numbers. Littleton definitely had the numbers there. As they're coming into the corner, Kaylee takes the hit, but no problem. Wins the puck. Tries to work it up the boards, but Highland is back, and once again, Cello with a dead stop. No rebound.
What a goalie.
Amazing goalie work there by Cello. This one's going to be to his left, to his stick-hand side. But yeah, Cello's not giving up any rebounds here. 8:54 to go in the second period.
Taking no chances.
Exactly. Edelman out here with Nolan on his left, and Nolan pushing it up, but that one goes to a Highland player on the point. And we have a penalty here on Littleton. Saw a Highland player fall down real quick, and we'll see who this one goes on. Door coming open.
And for why?
That one's going on Kaylee. Defenseman doing his work in front of the net.
Kaylee, cross check.
Can't blame a defenseman for defending his goalie, for defending the front of his net. Kaylee takes
It's
2
his
minutes.
job.
All right, here we go. Penalty kill for your Hawks in their defensive zone. Coming into the face-off. Here we go. And face-off one down deep. Bowers is going to take it. He's going to send it up the boards. Stop there by Highland. Highland puts it back to their wing. Wing back to the half boards. Works it back behind the net. And now Highland's going to work it into the corner. Taking a breath there. They're going to put it back into the corner. And back to the point. Back to the other point. Back to the right point. Right point's going to shoot. But Sell's going to turn that one away nicely into the right-hand boards. Nice check finish there by Littleton. And with that check, they win the puck. And they send it all the way down. Nice check there by Suddy. Suddy's going to go off for the change. So now we got Vath on the forecheck. We got Becker out on the other forward side. Becker coming into the puck carrier. Makes a check, and that's going to force an offsides. Linesman says face-off. 1 minute, 14 seconds to go in the penalty kill. 3-0. Littleton ahead. Still killing a penalty for 1 minute and 14 seconds. All right, you got Becker and Vath out there. Becker's going to come up for the face-off. And looks like we got Hausra and I think Puckett back in the back. Becker on the face-off. Becker wins the face-off, and that goes back to the defenseman. Sorry, that's A-Rod. A-Rod sending it all the way down. No icing because they're on the penalty kill. Goalie comes back to play it. Highland defenseman picks it up, and he's going to try to skate it out of the zone. He does over the blue line. And not quite over the red line. Highland sends it, and Vath is going to pick that one up. Vath up into the corner. And Highland was offside, so they're going to get a second here for Littleton to make a good play. They send it all the way down into the neutral zone. Highland over the red line, and they're going to send it deep all the way around from the left to the right. Highland picking it up now, but in the corner there, Littleton working for the puck. Oh, great battle there for the puck. Burning a lot of seconds off. 30 seconds to go. Here we go. Vath coming up the left-hand side. Vath beats his, almost beats his check there. But Vath 2-on-1, burning another 10 seconds off of that penalty. Highland trying to come down the right-hand side. Gets denied. Between Vath and Becker now, they have the puck. Becker has the puck. He's going to send it. He's going to send it on net. No icing. 9 seconds to go. Here we go. Highland coming back up. 5 seconds to go in the penalty. Littleton gets it, sends it back down, and that is going to kill the penalty. Back to 5-on-5. Maddie coming in for the forecheck. Great job there. Jack's now into the corner trying to chase the puck. Offensive zone chance for Littleton. Right off the penalty kill. Maddie, great job on the board. And no call on the elbow from the Highland side. And here we go. Despite the elbow, Littleton keeps the puck. Maddie's got it now. It's on his stick. He goes over to Jack. Jack's backhand just to the right of the net. Maddie takes a check in the corner, and that's going to be a penalty. Maddie taking a hard check there with an elbow high. It looks like they're going to call a hooking on the Highland team with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the second period. Maddie definitely went down hard.
Yeah. I felt guilty about not calling that elbow, so, you know.
Right. If you don't make the first one, make the second one.
Yeah. All right, okay, we got six up there with Edelman and who's that? Take it to
Patty?
Patty.
Mati?
To Moxie, Patty. To Sunny. Sunny. Oh, drops the stick. Oh my gosh. Shot on goal. The goalie covers it. We're setting up. Oh goodness. What? You got it. No, you got it. Edelman's gonna take the face off, and he's going to win it. Cameron, Daff. Oh, that was.
Yep.
Over Patty. Over to Sunny. Sunny takes the shot. Over again. And we're changing.
All right,
What
come
do we have? We have Pucky. That looks like Cam. Becker. Maddie and Jax, I'm guessing. Yes. A-Rod's looking for Cameron. Gives it to Becker. Gives it to A-Rod. Over the net again. And to Maddie. Get down. Looks like Pucky's got it. Is that right?
Yep. 45 seconds left in the power play. A-Rod comes away with the puck. Over to Becker. Becker takes. Oh, staying it out front for Bally. Just off the top there. Back behind the net for Becker. Becker trying to send it back to A-Rod, but too far, and it's going to go all the way down the ice. All the way down the ice with 20 seconds to go in the penalty. A-Rod into the corner with the Highland player. He's going to get some help there from his defensive partner. Going to take it up the wing. All the way over to the far side. That looks like Motzi coming over the blue line. He's got Jax with him, and Highland cuts that one off. 4 seconds to go in the power play, and Highland's going to end this one in their offensive zone. Back to 5-on-5 with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the period. Over the blue line, back into the neutral zone. Highland controls, trying to regroup. They do. Over the blue line, but Marcelo turns that one away into the right-hand corner easily. Back into the front, but that one's going to go to a Littleton stick. Motzi has it on the left-hand boards, gets it over into the neutral zone. Back into the corner. This one's going to be handled by Zach. Zach is going to take it and get it down deep into the left-hand side. And Motzi's going to come in, finish his check there, and give Littleton a chance to get that puck. Patty coming down deep now. Patty controls the puck. Oh, taken away by a Highland player. Highland's going to get it, and they're going to go over the blue line into the neutral zone, over the red line, over the blue line. Try to take a shot, but that's going to go wide on the left-hand side of the net. Back up into the boards, and now Littleton and Highland going to challenge for it. Going to go back behind the net, and that was going to be taken by Tenney. Tenney's got a second to look. He finds his wing. Wing finds the forward, and over the blue line, but without control, Highland's going to take that one and send it back. So Littleton tries to send it again, but Highland's going to get it over the blue line. Shot on Cello. Cello's going to control that one. 2 shots on net, but Cello eventually takes that one, puts his glove over it, and we are going to have a face-off to the left of Cello. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the second period. We'll have an ice cut between the second and the third, so 3 minutes to go in this part of 2/3 of the game. Coming out, we have Suddy, Edelman, and can't quite see who's on that side. It's a little bit different tonight, y'all. We missed Thor for sure, but the Lions are doing a good job here getting it out of the zone. So coming around the boards now, putting it over to the left-hand side of the defense, working it up over the blue line into the middle. That one goes right onto the stick of the wing. Trying to work it over to Suddy. Suddy gets cut off by a Highland player. Suddy's got it back behind the net. He's thinking about what he wants to do. He's going to go. It could have had a scissor pass there, but doesn't, and shot. just to the right of the net there. Edelman's coming in to pick it up. Tries to work it out, but that one's Hauser tips that one. He's got to fight with a Highland player, but he wins. That one over to Suddy. Suddy over to Nolan. Nolan has it on the far right hand side. Nolan trying to work it out to the front. Suddy comes over to help him out. Suddy's got it. Edelman over to help as well. Edelman back over to Nolan, but that one's going to go back down into the left wing corner. Back up to the point. That one's going to be kept in. Great job there by Akshay. Akshay is going to send it down deep, and now Edelman is going to try to get it. Change happening. Humphrey now out. Hosler is going to send it down deep and allow his team to change. Suddy's going to chase. He's got Humphrey to help him out, and over on the far side, he's got Jax. They try to send it out, but that one goes off of a skate and to the far left side. Highland trying to work it, but just can't get control of the puck. It goes down deep, but that one's going to go down deep on Littleton's stick. A-Rod has the puck. He's waiting behind his net. He's going to take a deep breath. A-Rod's great at that, just making sure that he's got what he wants to see before he moves the puck. Moving up the left-hand side, he's got Valley. Valley down into the corner. Gets hit. Takes a Highland bounce, but that one is going to go back to Bowers. Bowers going to work it over to A-Rod. A-Rod's going to take that one back behind his own net. Uses the net as a six-man out there. He's going to take it all the way up the right-hand side. He's going to take it over the blue line. A-Rod with the puck. Tries to send it to the center, but that one's going to bounce off a Highland skate. And this one is kept in by Humphrey, but that's going to bounce again off another skate, but down deep into the Highland zone. Highland now with control in their left wing. Moves it up the boards, tries to send it. That should have been an icing, but that one does get blocked. And now down deep into the Littleton zone. Taken now by Bowers. Bowers got Bally on the left-hand side. Bowers to Bally. Bally back to Bowers. Bowers is going to take this one to just outside the blue line. Becker is going to be chasing that one. Becker gets it one-on-one with the Highland player. Becker's going to lose that one, but Vath comes in and helps him out. And now Patty in to check him. And Patty's going to try to win that puck. Patty puts the puck out. It's no man's puck. 18 seconds left in the period. That one gets sent all the way down by Highland. And with 15 seconds left in the second period, Littleton's going to put that one into their offensive zone. We're going to have Patty with Becker and Vath. And back in the back, we are going to have Kaylee and Tenny. 15 seconds to get this one on net. Nikki, what do you think?
I think they can do it. Oh, hello. Checking from behind. They even call that anymore?
They do. They should. Puck down into Becker. 4 seconds. Back behind the net. Vath puts on a good hit. Vath battling hard for the puck. Referee's going to blow the whistle. Not sure if referee was blowing the whistle for the period or for a penalty. Didn't have his arm up, so I'm going to say for the period. 3-0, your Littleton Hawks. Second period is done. And we will be back after a 10-minute ice clear and see if your Littleton Hawks can finish this one out. All right, back after the Zamboni is off. The referees are out, putting the pins in the net. And we're about to get ready to start it again. All right. So, let's see, 40 years ago, we were playing for Highland Hills. And
Yes.
here we are tonight announcing for Littleton.
Our jerseys were not this cool, though.
They were not this cool. They look just like the Flyers jerseys from Philadelphia. But Littleton's jerseys have changed very little. Still
That's
the
because
Hawks.
they're very cool.
They're super cool. Bath coming over to close the door for us. There we go. All right. Boys are going to get out and do some skating, do some stretching. 3-0. Your Hawks are up. 17-minute third period coming up.
Becker looking for the hat trick.
Yep. Becker, 2 of the 3 goals here. So coming off a kind of a goal, what would you call that?
Dry spell.
Dry spell,
Bit
yeah.
of a dry spell.
Coming back and scoring. Coming off an injury as well. So love to see that we got some depth here. We got Kaylee over here with Humphrey and Becker stretching out.
Everybody's doing their stretches, looking good. Cello's doing his splits. He's going to mess up his knees.
I was going to say, I don't know
Poor
about
boy.
you, but I couldn't do that. All right, ref blows the whistle. That sends all the boys to the bench. Send back into the
That's
corner.
a quick warm-up.
Very quick after the Zamboni's off. Goalie's going to come together. Boys going to come together. Once again, Cello likes to touch all 5 of his players before he starts. Let's see how he does. Going to do his handshake with Sam. Going to do their hip check. And now Cello comes out. There's 1, 2. He's looking. Who else is coming?
Did he get Becker?
3, 4.
Yeah.
And one more, 5. There we go. Okay, Cello's back in his net. You know those goalies, they have their superstitions. All right. Patty coming in, Becker on the right, Bath on the left, Kaylee and Tenny back in the back. Patty wins that one back to Kaylee. Kaylee over to Tenny. Tenny's going to get it up the left wing side over to Bath. That one's going to go over to the Highland stick. Highland's going to try to get it deep, but that one gets blocked by Kaylee. Kaylee down into the corner. Somebody lost the stick there. 2 people lost the stick, but it's going to come up the far side. Highland's going to keep it in. Highland over to the left-hand boards, trying to work it deep. They do, but Kaylee's there in the corner to finish his check. Patty into the corner. He's going to finish his check, and that one goes up the boards to Vath. Vath loses it to a Highland player, and that one's going to go back behind the net. Kaylee picks it up. Kaylee takes 2 checks from the Highland players, and that one is going to be too much for the referee. Referee's going to call.
My guess is holding. Oh, no. Hooking.
Hooking call there on, I'm going to guess Highland, the offensive zone. Yep, Highland is opening their door. Power play for your Littleton Hawks. Motzi out there now with Patty. Motzi, Patty, Vath, Edelman, and Suddy. That is going to be your power play line. All right, Patty back on the point with Motzi. And Edelman in to take the face-off. Edelman wins the face-off. Back to Motzi. Motzi's going to put that one down deep into the right-hand corner. Highland gets it. They're going to try to send it back out, but Motzi's going to stop that one. That one's going to go into Vath's stick. Vath over to the left point. Point is going to go down behind the net. And, nobody gets that one. That one's going to bounce, but doesn't get out. Motzi's going to keep that one in. And back down into the corner. In the corner, it's going to be a fight for that puck, and it's going to come out to Motzi. Motzi's going to put it back down deep to the right. Control there by Vath. That shot there by Motzi. That one's going to go off the goalie's pad. And back down deep below. And back in front. Vath's going to take a shot, and covered by the Highland goalie. Face off to the goalie's right now. Offensive zone. Power play face off. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the Littleton power play. 15:36 to go in the third period. Change coming now. We're going to have Jax on the face-off with Becker and Bally. And then back in the back, we're going to have A-Rod and Tenny. All right, into the face-off. Jax comes in. Bally's going to come in to win that one. It's going to be a melee into the face-off, but that one's going to go back to the point. Point falls down, but back into Becker. Becker takes the puck. He's going to control. Thinking about who wants to send it to. Over to A-Rod. A-Rod back over to his left point. Over to the right wing. And that one's going to be to Jax, but popped out by Hyland. Back up the right wing boards. That one's going to get picked up by A-Rod. He's going to take it back behind his own net. And here we go. A-Rod up to the left wing. Over the blue line. That's Maddie. Maddie takes control over the blue line.
That's Bally.
Bally. A-Rod over to the right. Down into the corner. And in the corner back to A-Rod. A-Rod over to his left point. Shot on net. That one bounces off the goalie's pads. Cleared by Hyland, and that one's going to go all the way down the ice. A-Rod back to pick it up. He's got time. Sandy moving. Forwards moving. Everybody on. Oh, that one slips off his stick, and it's going to get put back in. Not on Cello, but Cello's going to put that one back into the left-hand side. A-Rod gets it over to Becker. Becker now has it on the right-hand side, left-hand side. Back to A-Rod. A-Rod now taking his time. He's going to try to look for the good pass. Sends it over the right-hand side, and the penalty is over deep into the Highland zone. Bally back down into the corner, and Jackson's going to be there with Bally to try to keep that one. That one's going to be, just over the blue line, and they're going to send that one back in. Hosler sends it back in. Littleton's going to get a change. And Pucky and Hosler now back in your defense, and Highland coming over the blue line. Pucky's going to take him far outside the dots. No chance for a shot there. Grimmy takes a good hit there. Patty, shot on net from the Highland point, but no good for them, and Pucky sends it all the way around back. Grimmy going to take it down into the corner. Hosler takes that one out, and he's going to have plenty of room to skate it over the blue line. Gets a shot there on the Highland stick. They work it over to Puckett. Puckett works it back over to Grimmy. Grimmy takes it, and that one's going to bounce over to Patty. Patty takes it, and he's going to get that one down deep into the right-hand side of the Highland zone. Referee's going to call whistle there. He's going to say a cross-check, and this one is going to be on Highland. Cross-check on Highland. Down in the corner, 13-18 to go. 3-0 your Littleton Hawks lead. Going on a power play now, and we'll see who the Littleton Hawks put out there for the power play line. All right, power play line coming. Looks like Nolan, Vath, and Edelman with Jax and A-Rod. All right, so face-off, Jackson, A-Rod, back in the back. Edelman's going to take the face-off. Nolan and Vath on the right, Nolan on the left. That one goes over to the left and out of the zone. All the way down by Highland, 1:56 to go in the penalty, 13-11 to go in the third period. Jax comes back, picks that one up, tries to send it up, but shot by Highland on net. So short-handed shot there by Highland. And Highland takes Vath hard into the corner. Vath is down. And the Highland player is going to get a penalty for that one.
Yeah, he better get a penalty for that.
All right, so we're going to play 5-on-3 for a minute 43. Cameron Vath is up. He's back to the bench, and he will get replaced. Highland player comes over to apologize. Kind of nice.
Aw.
But going to the box now. 5-on-3 for your Littleton Hawks. Edelman out there to take the face off. Sorry. Let's see who's going to take Edelman, Nolan, Jackson, A-Rod, Suddy. So 5-on-3. This should be a lot of passing, a lot of good waiting for the right opening.
A lot of play in the right zone.
Highland making a change. Edelman in for the face-off. Jackson in the back. A-Rod in the back. Here we go. 5-on-3. Face-off. Won by Highland. Highland's going to send it up the board, but that's kept in by A-Rod. That's going to be picked up over to Jax. Jax has it. He's going to look. He's going to take his time. He's over to A-Rod. A-Rod is going to look. He's back down to Suddy. Suddy down in the left wing corner. Over to Jax. Jax over to A-Rod. A-Rod shot. Just left of the goalie. Right of the goalie, sorry. And that one's going to get worked back to A-Rod. A-Rod is going to send that one over to Suddy. Suddy has it. He's going to send it back over into the corner. Back up to Suddy. Suddy's going to take the shot, looking for a tip. Looking for a rebound. He gets it, but Highland's going to come away with that one. Good job there by Highland to get the puck all the way down the zone. 58 seconds to go in the 3-on-2. That one's going to get picked up now by Jackson. Jackson taking it up. He's now got Becker on his right-hand side, Humphrey on his left-hand side, working it down deep into the zone. Becker has it on the right-hand side. Jax has it in the middle. He's going to work it over to the point. Point shot saved by the goalie and up into the glass. Coming down now into the right-hand side. Working it. A shot on net. Oh, back into the corner. Now working it back to the point. Oh, that one's just tipped off by Humphrey. Humphrey's going to take it. He's over the blue line. Looking for a shot, looking for somebody to pass to. He doesn't see anybody, so he takes it himself over the blue line. Drops it there for Becker. Becker's going to take a shot. Had the right-hand side of the net. Goalie came over and saved that one. Patty back to the point. Patty over to Humphrey. Humphrey working it into the corner. That one back to the point. That was going to come back to Patty. Patty's going to put it in front for a tip. Tip works. Goalie covers. And that one is 2 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Middleton's going to stay with the same 5. 1 face-off to win. 2 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. 19 seconds to go in the 4-on-5. Big face-off coming here. Becker's going to take the face-off. And Becker wins the face-off. Back to Bally. Bally scores! Becker from Bally. Beautiful job there to finish off the 5-on-3 with a face-off win, a shot, and a score. Your Hawks are going to stay up 5-on-4 with 16 seconds to go. Mariah Carey plays on the Christmas music from our music person. So great job there. Face-off win, quick shot.
Nice pass.
Now it's going to be 5-on-5. Refs are going to say they didn't quite make that goal before the 2 seconds expired. Face-off win back to Highland. Littleton's going to pick it up. Grimmy has the puck. He's over to Motzi. Motzi back over to the middle to Edelman. Edelman's going to take it up the left wing boards. Highland's going to try to control into left wing corner. Edelman blows a tire, and that's going to be Highland's puck coming up and out of the zone. Highland over to the left-hand side. Controlled. Oh, my goodness. Great save by Cello. That one bounced off 2 or 3 different sticks before he made that save, and it's back over the blue line. Highland's going to send it in. Cello's going to take that one, and we are going to take it back behind our own net. Take a breath and move it up. Kaylee to Mayorga. Mayorga, Jax up to Motzi. Motzi's going to put that one on net. Almost scores. And that one back over to the point, but that's going to get outside the blue line. Kaylee has the puck. He's going to send it deep, and he does. That's going to give us a chance to make at least one change. So Motzi going off and Nolan coming in. As it comes back over to the left-hand side, Highland has a player down, looks hurt. That player's going to go to the bench. Back behind the net for Littleton. Littleton fighting for the puck. Sends it out front for Jax. Jax sends it just wide of the net. Coming over to the blue line now, it's one-on-one. Highland has the puck. We're going to go one-on-one with Hosra, but good job there for the back check of, looks like Pucky and Mayorga. Now, puck up the boards. Mayorga made a great back check, and now he's making a great job into the corner, trying to work it out to Nolan. He gets it over to Nolan behind the net. Nolan works it back to the point. Hosra's going to take a shot. Hosra just gets a shot, but that one is turned wide by the goalie. And this one is going to go back into the neutral zone. Suddy working it back to Hosra. Hosra's going to send it up the boards, but Highland's going to pick that one off, and Puckett is going to pick it up and go back behind his net. Puckett with the puck now. Nolan taking it at the front. Sud back at a Highland player. Have a huge collision out in the neutral zone. That one's going to hit the roof of the rink, and we're going to have a face-off to the left of Marcelo. Good chance for a change for both teams. So Highland changing, Littleton changing. Patty's going to take the face-off. Back in the back, we're going to have Bowers. We got Vath and Becker with Patty in the middle. And over on the right-hand side, we're going to have A-Rod. So Bowers and A-Rod with Cameron, and Patty up front. Patty takes it back behind the net, sends it over to A-Rod. A-Rod's going to take a second. He's going to find Becker. Becker's going to tip that one. It's going to go deep into the zone. That there to make the hit and get the puck. Great job there by Vath to go deep into the zone. Back behind the net now, and that one's going to get a chance for Becker, and that one's going to go off the boards, but it's going to go all the way down. Bowers is going to pick it up, and he's going to take it back down deep into his defensive zone, but he has nobody on him. That one's going to go up to Becker. It's going to get a tip. No icing. Down into the corner. Becker finishing his hit there. Vath there to finish his hit as well. Becker comes away with the puck. Becker is going to cycle back down to Vath. Vath takes the puck. He's going to send that one up to his point, but that one's going to be too hard for his point. It's going to go down and into the defensive zone. Coming down now into the defensive zone, A-Rod has it. He's going to cycle back to his partner. Bowers has it. Bowers is going to send it backhand back up the boards over to Edelman. Edelman takes a huge hit there, but stands back up, and Littleton has the puck. Littleton now coming away with it. Becker on the right wing boards, sending it up the boards and into the neutral zone, but that's going to be offsides. Bally, Edelman couldn't get back over the line before Bally crossed the line, so offsides.
That was some nice hip work. Okay. It looks like Edelman's going to take the face off. I can't see who his wingers are. But he's got Kaylee on defense. Looks like Littleton won. And what's that?
Over the blue line, Tenney takes a hit.
Thank you.
And Hyland takes it over the blue line. They're going to get a shot on net. Oh, blocked there by Kaylee. Great job. Right off the shin pads into the corner. And now we're going back. Hyland has the puck one more time. And this one, Cello's going to glove. And we're going to get a face-off in our defensive zone. Great job there by Cello to follow that puck as it moved all the way around the zone and into his blocker side. Makes the glove hand save, and this was going to be to his blocker side for a face-off. Face-off in the defensive zone. Edelman back to Tenney. Wins that one. Tenney's going to take it. And oh, nice move there. Tenney's going to take it all the way up the left-hand side. All the way down. Tenney puts it deep into the left-hand corner. Chases his own puck. He's going to try to work it. He works it into the corner. And that one's going to get over the line, but back into Hyland's control. Hyland over there. Blue line. Knocked out again. Nice job there by Littleton to make some great job going back and covering Tenney as he moves it up the ice. Kaylee's over the red line, sends it down deep into the zone, and now it's going to give Littleton a chance to get some offensive pressure. Humphrey on the boards on the left. He's going to take it there now by Edelman. Edelman's going to send it towards the net. That one's going to go a little bit wide. Hyland's going to pick it up and try to move it back up the ice. Hyland coming up their left-hand side now. Kaylee's on him. And Kaylee with a nice stick check there, and that's going to put the Hyland shot high and into the net for a face-off to the left-hand side of Marcelo.
Oh, sorry. Jackson's taking the face off, and it looks like he wins it. Back to Hazra. Hazra swinging around behind the net. And see what that is. Looks like Jax. He's chasing it over to Motts, over to Grimmy. Grimmy's taking it down past the second blue line. Oh, nice move.
All right, Grimmy has it in the corner. He's going to send it all the way over, but that one's going to get mishandled at the blue line. Over the blue line, then back in. So Hyland's going to have a chance to regroup. They try to send it back up the left-hand side, but Grimmy makes a nice hit. And now, left wing over to right wing. Motzi's going to have it. Takes a shot just off net. Hyland's going to get it, and they're going to go back to the neutral zone. 1-on-3. Hyland has no chance there. It's going to go wide of the net, and Akshay's going to take it behind the net. Send it over to his left wing. Akshay's going to pick it up one more time because that got blocked. Pucky's got it in the corner. Puckett looking for the good pass. Can't find one. Takes it himself. Oh, gets hit there by a Hyland player, and that's going to be a penalty on the Hyland player. So Pucky taking a shot there for the team. Looks like a tripping penalty. Let's see what the ref calls. Tripping. 2 minutes on the Hyland team. So we're going to come all the way down to our offensive zone. We're going to have Patty down there with Nolan, Sudbeck, Bowers, and A-Rod on the power play. 5 minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the third period. Your Hawks lead 4-0. 2 minute power play for them. Patty in for the face-off. Hyland is making some last-minute decisions. They send their biggest player out. That's got to be their biggest player because he's like 6 feet tall. All right, Littleton wins the face-off. Back to the point. Back to the right point. Bowers.
That
Shot,
Bowers.
tip. And that one is directed back into
on,
the left-hand corner. This one's coming back up and all the way down. So is going to play this one confidently over into the corner. Bowers is going to pick it up. Bowers back behind his net, stopping, looking, making a slight pause. Patty's got it coming up the left-hand side. Patty puts it in deep. He's got Nolan with him on the right-hand side and Suddy on the left-hand side. A lot of chicks down there in the corner, and that one's going to go all the way back down for Hyland, so it's going to come out of the net and play it. And as the Hyland player comes to his left-hand side, he plays it hard to the right-hand side. Now coming up one more time is A-Rod. A-Rod's going to beat his first man over the blue line, beating the second man, dropping it there for a Littleton player, and that one's going to get controlled. Over to the left-hand point, over to the right-hand point. Bowers, shot. Oh, he had that post. Just missed that one. Great job there by the goalie. That one's going to go into the bench of Hyland. But Bowers had that post on the left-hand side. That goalie moved super quick to get that one. So we're going to get a change. And as we come into an offensive zone face-off, 4-0. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the third period. Your Littleton Hawks are up 4-0, 1:01 to go in their power play. We're going to have Edelman on the face-off, Becker on the left, Kaylee on the right, Vath on the right, and that one goes back to Tenney. Kaylee and Tenney back on the point. Tenney takes it, sends it back to the back. He finds Becker. Becker back to Tenney. They've always been a great pair. Tenney, shot on net, and a rebound just goes to the left of the net there. As they go into the corner, it's going to be a battle. Kaylee's going to pick it up. He's going to send it over to Tenney. Tenney's going to take a shot. Becker trying to screen. That one goes just a bit far wide of the net. This one getting controlled one more time by Littleton, but then over the blue line, Hyland sends it. Tenney down into the corner with a Hyland chaser. He's going to win that one clean. He goes back over, and that one's going to go all the way over to the far side to Edelman. Edelman over the blue line. Edelman has Becker, and he has Vath in front. Edelman trying to send it back to the point. He does. Back to Tenney. Tenney takes a shot, and that one goes up and high into the netting. And we are going to get a whistle and a face-off to the right-hand side of the goalie and a change for your Littleton Hawks.
Classic hockey music.
All right, coming up here, we have Humphrey out there. We have Bally, Puckett. Jax is going to take the face-off. And back in the back, we're going to have Hauser and Pucky. All right, face-off win there by Jax. Jax, just won by the Hyland player. Sellett's going to come back behind the net to play that one, leave it for his defenseman sitting still. Great job there by his defenseman to make sure he's got somebody. Oh, Puckett takes it in front. A little bit of a scary play there because the Hyland player came after him. But Humphrey's got it now up the right-hand side. Humphrey putting it in deep. And to the front, shot. Just a quick save. Pucky, one more shot. Tries to hit the 5-hole. That one is denied by the goaltender and over to the Hyland player on the right-hand side. Hyland trying to move it up the middle, but 1-on-3. But this time it's going to be a Littleton penalty. 2 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Littleton is going to go on the penalty kill. Looks like Humphrey's going to the box. And I think that one's going to be interference, but let's see what the referee calls. 2 minutes. Roughing. 2 minutes for roughing on Humphrey.
All right.
Wait, we tried.
They did not let him out.
All right. So far, Littleton had the advantage. Oh, penalties. Nice job there by Bally. Not only to take the check, but to push that puck with his stick. Hyland now coming over the red line, now over the blue line, trying to get it on net. Back to the point, back to the wing, back to the point. Point-to-point shot. Back to the middle. Oh, tries to put it onto the left wing, but no good. Left wing now has it. They're looking back to the left point. Left point has it over the right point. Right point is going to take a shot. Cello's there, not only for the shot, but the rebound shot, and that one goes into the left-hand corner. Now, left-hand side for Hyland, and out to the middle, misses the net completely as they go back to the back of the net. Now it's going over the right-hand point, back to the left-hand point, but that pass is mishandled, and that's going back into the neutral zone. Great job there by Littleton to forecheck. That was Jackson on the forecheck there to make sure that Hyland didn't get a clean shot there. All right, back behind the net is Hauser. Hauser's going to send it. Oh, stopped there by a Highland player, but mishandled again. Highland now on their left-hand side, trying to put it back deep, back behind the net. And now Highland has it one more time to their left-hand side, back to their point, back to their right-hand point. That one's going to shoot. Cello's got that one, no problem, put into the netting above the boards. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. 39 seconds to go in the penalty kill for our Littleton Hawks. So far, handling the game, no problem. Grimmy, Bowers, Patty on the face-off. That one back to Highland. Handled perfectly by Cello. So I was going to say, let's do it one more time. 36 seconds to go in the penalty kill. And now we have Patty, Grimmy, Bowers. Can't see who's on the first side, guys. Sorry. Back into the corner, and we'll see. Oh, that's Bath right there. Up the boards. Working it out. Sorry, that's A-Rod. It's not Bath, it's A-Rod. Back to the point. Highland gets it. And back into the corner. Now Bowers is going to take it. A-Rod in front of the net. Bowers into the corner. Good job there by Bowers to trap it. 15 seconds to go with a penalty kill. Great job there by Bowers. Running the clock as a good defenseman should do. Highland tries to get the puck. And they do back to the half boards. 5 seconds to go. Up to the middle. Shot from the point. Misses the net completely. And now Littleton gets it out of the zone. Their man is back. And we're back to 5-on-5 with 52 seconds to go in the period. 5-0 to go in the period. And Littleton gets it, but we're going to get a cross-checking call. And whatever Highland player did that just went straight to the box. He knew what he did. Sorry, sir, I'll just sit down. We will finish this game with a power play if we don't score. 46 seconds to go, 4-2-0. Littleton is leading. Patty out there with Bowers and A-Rod. All right, we got Monty on the right-hand side, Bowers and A-Rod back in the back, Patty on the face-off. Patty wins that one over to the left. Looks like we got Grimmy over on the left. Grimmy takes the puck, gets it over on the left-hand side, gets it to the front. Oh, tries for Monty right across the middle, but no go. Highland coming back down, A-Rod now. Edelman forcing that puck to go into the net, but that one's going to go wide right of the net. Highland again back into the corner. Littleton's going to have it. A-Rod's going to take his time. Great job. There up to Bowers. Bowers back to Monty. Monty over to Bowers one more time. All the way across the ice. And this one's going to get picked up again by Littleton. A-Rod has the puck now. 9 seconds to go. And, trying to work it over to the middle. Highland has it. Great job by Cello with 1 second to go. Your Littleton Hawks are going to win this one. Now I can say it with a shutout. Clean sheet by Cello. Fantastic job by all of our guys here.
Great game. Hard, fast action.
All right, our boys took a lot of hits. They took a lot of penalties. They took a lot of penalties against them. But fantastic team effort, 4-0. Highland's going to come out against the Highland Hills Jaguars. Hard not to say the Flyers. Highland Hills Jaguars. And we will see you again next weekend. And everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, happy Christmas. Happy holiday season.
If we don't see you before then.
All right, take care, everybody.